Hey there, it's Kimberly Lucht, and today I want to talk to you about how to be more fully expressed in both your life and your business. First, I want to share a quote that I heard at an event I went to recently. It was a total mic drop moment. This person, it just channeled through her. So here's what she said. She said that professional is a fancy word for patriarchy. And I was like, my mouth literally dropped to the floor. I was like, oh my God, I've never had the words to describe that until now. You know that feeling when you're in a room and you're like, I don't know if I quite belong here. I'm wearing something different. I look different. I feel different. I talk different. I laugh a lot more. Right? There's certain environments that we've all been in that we're like, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be here. Too many women, specifically women of color, women from different backgrounds, feel this way. If we can't step into a room and feel safe expressing ourselves, that's not only a problem for us, it's a problem for society. So if you've ever felt like you have to dress a certain way or be a certain way or speak a certain way to get somewhere, I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. So the first question is this: if you could speak about any topic with no adverse reaction from your environment, from people around you, what would you speak about? And so recently on a group coaching call of mine, one of the girls was like, yo, I'm not really feeling my business right now. I'm kind of okay, don't really want to do too much. I'm like, if you could speak about anything, what would you speak about? What lights you up when you speak about it? And she mentioned that she actually really likes speaking about sensuality, sexuality, being fully expressed in sexual ways, sensual ways, using the body as kind of that vessel for sexuality. And I was like, are you speaking about that? She's like, not enough. And so sometimes the topics that are considered a little more taboo or out there, those are some of the things that maybe we're a little scared to put out there. But if that's what lights you up, go ahead and do that. There's going to be people that are cheering you on. And of course, always there's people that might critique you, and that's okay. That's everybody's prerogative. It's their own decision, right? But if you feel fully expressed doing it, I think that makes up for all of the critique that could come your way. Speak about what lights you up. That's number 1. Number 2 is do the things that feel right, even if you have no logical sense to it. And so let's say, for example, you're hosting a workshop and you're like, you know what? This happened at one of my workshops. It was like, you know what? We're gonna dance to Rihanna right now, We're gonna celebrate all our wins and dance to Rihanna right now. There was no logical reasoning behind it. It was just something that came through. And I really want you guys to harness the power of intuition, harness the power of what comes through you as something that can and maybe should be done depending on the context. So the question there is, what can I do to bring more life and expression into the things that I do every day? Maybe it doesn't make sense, but how could I do it anyways? And then the third question I want you to ask yourself is, where in my life have I felt fully alive and fully expressed? And in what ways can I bring those elements into my day-to-day now? And so just this past weekend, I went to a concert, and it's my first concert since I don't even know when. And I was like, wow, the vibes, the energy, the people. It was just such a moment of full expression from so many different parts, from my part, from people around me. Everyone was just in their vibe and in their fullest expression. Everybody was cheering each other on. And so let's say, every day is not a concert for me, at least. And so let's say that concert energy, I can bring that in so many different ways. For me, honestly, I love rolling on the floor and being like, yes, full expression. What elements of that can really bring that out in you? And another example of this is when I'm also just at home and feel really embodied and really grounded in my space. I'm fully expressed in my journal or in my voice memos or just speaking with somebody on the phone. Really asking yourself, when was the last time I felt fully alive, fully expressed, and what elements were there? Who was there? What was the energy like? Is there a way to embody that energy right here, right now, in this moment? More than likely, the answer to that is yes. And so just to recap, number 1, ask yourself, What would I speak about if I knew that I had the most loving, joyful audience at my fingertips? What would I talk about if I knew that what I had to say was going to be well received? And then number 2, what would you do if you could be fully expressed and fully alive? What are the things that you would do just because it channeled through you? And then number 3, what are the moments in life that you felt fully alive, and how can you take whatever essences of that into your life and business right now? I hope this helps, and remember, professional is a fancy word for patriarchy. You do not need to fit in a box in your life, in your business, in your career. Like, I promise you, things will be okay if you're a little different. I sure am. I'm doing all right. I love you so much, and I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao for now.